Today we're going to be removing this radio faceplate and putting this one in there. You may ask, why would you take this out? This one looks perfectly fine. But if you notice, there's no bass and treble buttons. That is because this truck came with a EQ cassette player here in the middle. I've replaced that and now have a nice pocket here where I can throw my phone or a stick of gum and use it for storage. So I'm going to be replacing it with this one that I found at the junkyard. Has bass and treble controls on the face unit here, so I'll be able to control those two channels for EQ. Then also I can use my phone to control the other channels because I do have a Bluetooth setup in here. Actually, it's right here. You can check out my other videos if you'd like to see how I set that up. So we're going to put this unit in there. It's not too bad. The buttons are a little worn, but so are mine on my unit. So they're about the same level of quality, I would say. And then also, while we have the bezel off, we're going to go ahead and replace these black buttons. They were put there a few decades ago as a replacement because the other ones broke, but look what I found in the junkyard. This really nice gray set. And look at that. It looks like brand new looking. So we have everything off. We're going to go ahead and see if we can put these in there too. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, well, let's start by getting off this bezel. Oops. This is a pretty easy process here. And then actually I put a 7mm there. It's not supposed to be there. I'm going to replace that with the real thing. There we go. Bezel without having to put the truck back in gear. Lowering this, it does help quite a bit. Might just actually do that just to lower it out of my way. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm going to go plug the battery back in so I can shift this down into gear. Alright, now I turned it on, lowered it in gear. Now I should be able to swing this over pretty easily. And right there. So, let's take a look at our buttons. Probably replace those first. Should just be able to unplug these. Has a simple tab on top there. Alright, there's one. And then the dimmer switch has a tab down there. I have to get a screwdriver and get after that one. There we go. Alright, let's get these buttons changed out with these gray ones here. I got it over here on the workbench. Looks like we got 4 screws right there. 4 small Phillips. Okay. There's the black one. Removed. And now the gray one will go in. Easy peasy. Fits right in there. And brand new gray buttons, they look a lot nicer. Place this off to the side while we work on the radio. It should just be 4 7mm for the radio. 2, 3, and then we also have to take these off because the 4th one is behind the heating controls. So 1, 2, and these 2 guys off on the side. There we go. Now this part will slide out. Then we should be able to get to the 4th one for the radio. Oh, looks like it's already out. Somebody didn't put it on last time. Okay. All right. We're going to pull this one out and we can install the new one. Alright, I'm going to feed this cable up through here. Oh, it came right out. Perfect. Now we can take our new one that we got from the junkyard and install it. Here's our new one with the bass and treble buttons on there. It's a direct replacement for this. We're going to feed this cable in there. Down into the CDM. If we need to, we can reach up and feel for the cable. Alright, we have the cable fed down. We'll go ahead and button it up and then we'll connect it down there. Alright, we're just going to hook up the radio to the CDM here. And here's our jumper for our Bluetooth that I have. That's going to go into the ignition pin, which is the red one right here. So I'll do that real quick. So this is ignition to the Bluetooth. It's going to go in there. I'm going to force it in there. So this actually makes it so that the Bluetooth can turn on during ignition and then turn off on ignition. So very handy. Let me just plug that in there. All right. Should be all set. All right, we got everything buttoned back up. So we're going to turn the truck on and take a look. So we have the new buttons here installed, gray, looking pretty good, looking brand new there. Yep, the lights turn on. Very good. Okay, and the radio, let's check it out. Awesome. We got bass and treble control now from our radio faceplate, so that's good. And lastly, we're going to check out our Bluetooth. I got the computer here. All right. Yep, now we're on Bluetooth. And we can increase our bass on our songs. Good to go. Everything looks to be working just fine. So that's your radio face swap out. We went from one that did not have bass and treble control here to one that does. It seems to be working just fine. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.